some type of dark, disturbed, unsettling place. Hopefully, he took a long vacation after this role. If necessary, hopefully, he saw some type of therapy. Because when you watch how disturbing the actual Mr. Crockett is in this movie, you can't just roll out of bed and just half-ass it and play this guy. Hey, what's going on, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and today we are talking about the latest scary movie on Hulu, Mr. Crockett. And yeah, just get right into it. Overall, I did like this movie. This will be spoilers for those who haven't seen it yet and are interested in seeing it, so you might want to stop this and then go watch it first. But yeah, overall, I did like this movie, mainly because of the performance from Elvis Navasco. There's like these, and this is not shade or anything. It's actually a compliment. Like maybe I'm the only one. I feel like there's like a long list of like very talented actors who you may not necessarily be familiar with their name, but you see him in a lot of stuff. That's how I felt with Elvis Navasco. He's been in plenty of stuff. The stuff that was notable for me was he was one of Bumpy Johnson's henchmen, like top henchmen in Godfather of Harlem, for example. And he was like this fly, tough dude, you know what I'm saying? And like he was an All-American as like this wealthy music producer slash absent father, stuff like that. But he definitely has a lot of range, clearly. And like when I saw Mr. Crockett, like I didn't even recognize Elvis Navasco. I thought this was just like somebody I never knew of or seen before, anything like that. Like that. So the disguise where he dresses as Mr. Crockett totally threw me off. Like I was looking at this movie and I was like, damn, whoever is playing Mr. Crockett is killing it. I gotta go to IMDb and see who was doing it. And to my surprise, it was Elvis Navasco. So let me just say that's one of the main reasons why I enjoyed Mr. Crockett, because I felt like that was just an amazing performance from Mr. Navasco, not Mr. Crockett. But and also, like, if you're a close friend of Elvis or associate, please check on that man, because to pull off that type of performance, you gotta go to some type of dark, disturbed, unsettling place. Hopefully, he took a long vacation after this role. If necessary, hopefully he saw some type of therapy, because when you watch how disturbing the actual Mr. Crockett is in this movie, you can't just roll out of bed and just half-ass it and play this guy. So that's one of the main reasons why I enjoyed this movie. I felt like the performance from Mr. Crockett was amazing. This movie, I believe is, hopefully I'm not misremembering his name. I think the director was Brandon Espy. Not familiar with any of his previous work, but clearly when I saw the trailer for Mr. Crockett, I immediately wanted to watch this movie because horror is my favorite genre. I also will say this. Yeah, like overall, this was like a great, well, let me not say overall great. I really feel like the storyline actually was, it left something to be desired. Like there were a couple of, I felt like plot holes or loopholes or whatever, when I was just like, all right, now even in a fictional world where, you gotta have some suspicion of disbelief, some of it was just like, okay. It kind of took me out of the movie a little bit, but not totally where I just couldn't finish it. And like it seemed like this project may be, once again, this is not shade because I did enjoy the movie. This may have been like a fairly low budget film. I'll put up a B-roll when I find how much it costs to make this movie. But yeah, it looks like it was fairly low budget. Some of the special effects left something to be desired. But once again, the performance and some of the what's the safe word to say on YouTube? What I guess killings, or if that's allowed, I don't know anymore. But some of the ways that Mr. Crockett did some of these people were pretty creative in that type of horror genre. So for those who are unfamiliar with what Mr. Crockett is about, it's about a woman who is trying to get her son back, who got abducted by Mr. Crockett, and the way he does his abductions is like Black Mr. Rogers meets The Ring. The Ring, if you remember, she would come through your TV and cause harm. So Black Mr. Rogers, who has the ability of the girl from The Ring, who would come through your TV if he felt like you were mistreating your kids, and he would unalive the parents and take the child back to his fantasy Mr. Crockett land. So that's what it's about. But yeah, man, I think overall it is. I can understand why this would probably better suit going straight to a streaming platform instead of the theaters. Once again, I feel like the redeeming quality of this movie is Elvis's performance as Mr. Crockett. Once again, that's the pros, just the performance and just the creepiness factor. The performance, the creepiness factor. If you're looking for something unsettling, this is up your alley. Some of the minor cons were certain things within the storyline, just like I explained about this random box appearing in your front yard. Stuff like that took me out of it. And what I will say, another redeeming quality, I did like how I really felt like with whatever the budget was, they made the best of it. Like how most scary movies, when you find out who the monster is or whatever the case is, at some point you would like to know some type of backstory of how this monster came to be. Look at all the greats. You got the Jason origin story, Freddy, Michael Myers, you name it. Most of these people, you find out how did this person come about. So I thought it was very clever with the budget that they were giving on how they did that as well. They really did it in a flyaway where Mr. Crockett is explaining in his creepy child, storytelling voice of how Mr. Crockett came about. And it's all done through animation, which I thought was very cool and creepy at the same time. So there's certain things that I thought were dope. I definitely liked it more than I disliked, certain minor areas. So if you're like me and you enjoy a good scary movie, I do overall recommend you see it. Although, don't let certain parts of the storyline turn you off. Overall, this is a great watch, especially because of Elvis Navasco's performance. So, love it or hate it. That's my opinion. That's my review. Peace.